Hi, this is Lady Lex UK and this is a Dreams quick tip tutorial. I've had a few comments around the same area, so I'm just going to make a quick video to address them. People are having difficulty painting their puppets, so let's create one. New element or scene, gadgets, blank puppet deluxe. I'm going to pop that down. Right, now to paint a puppet, you need to scope in. So I'm going to hover over it, hold L1 and press the cross button. There you'll see the whole of the world has now greyed out. And what people are trying to do, I think, is now go into paint mode. So we go into sculpt mode, tools, spray paint, and they're trying to paint their puppet. They're pressing down, they can hear the spray, but it's all grey and nothing is happening. That is because you haven't scoped into a part of the puppet. You cannot paint the whole puppet as a whole. You can only paint the little individual bits. So we're going to scope in now to the belly area. So I'm going to press L1 and cross. And now you can see this part is now blue. And I can now colour it like that with my cube. So I'm going to take a circle and I'm going to give another colour. I'm going to put green on. Now I recommend you put on surface snap for doing painting. That way your cursor is always going to be on the part that you're painting and it makes it nice and easy. I'd zoom in as much as possible. So I did that with the R1 button. So held R1 and pushed up with my left stick to zoom in and out. There we go, so that I can get a nice close view of what I'm painting. And there we go, I can paint a design or whatever I like on. Put some stripes on his tummy. Alright, now you'll notice that in my previous tutorials I don't show this. That is because I have my preferences set slightly differently, because I find it very difficult when painting, especially when you're painting an outfit where you've got two pieces that need to blend together. Having this greyed out is not actually that helpful. So what I have, and I've got used to this, is I go into options, my preferences, dream shaping, and I've turned all the visual feedback off so that I do not get that greying out at all. So I don't get any feedback visually which part I'm scoped into. I have to use my ears to know whether I've scoped in or not, and look to see if my paint is actually on the part that I want it to be on. But it does mean you can see very, very simply what the other parts look like. And for designing an outfit or something, it's probably very important that you can see it all in one go. So for beginners, I totally understand having that visual aid, but personally for me, it's been a long time since I've actually had that on. I turned that off quite a long time ago. So that's why when I do my tutorials, it looks slightly different to what you're seeing. Right, now, other reasons why paint doesn't work. Let's do the head here. Now, I can paint on his head, like so, with no problems at all. However, let me just scope out. If I use coat mode to colour my my puppet, so if I just select the tint and R2 over the thing, you'll notice this coat mode is in a layer above the spray paint. So if you did coat mode first and then tried to spray paint after, so I've done that now. Let's go out. I go into spray paint, pick a colour, pick this, scope in, and I try to paint. It doesn't appear to be doing anything at all. Nothing appears to be changing on it. all I can see is that pink that I put on with coat mode. It is there. You are painting it, but because coat mode is there, you can't see it because it's over the top. So if I go into coat mode now and I put in add subtract and then remove, there we go. You can see there's the spray paint that I just put on, but you couldn't see it because coat mode was over the top. This also is the case if you L1 and square over the body part and change the colour of things in here. So I've given red pants. It's exactly the same situation. If I try to paint now over the top of that, nothing is happening. If I go back into, whoops, this, take the tint down, you can see there is my paint, it's underneath, and I couldn't see it because this particular mode, same as coat mode, and it's over the top. So be very careful about using coat mode. I hardly ever use it, to be fair, unless I'm making an object that is just a single colour and I have no need to put any shading in or any spray paint at all. That's the only time when I will use this. Otherwise, if I'm making a character model and I'm wanting to paint the outfit, I'm not touching coat mode and I'm not touching this at all. I'm using spray paint only, and I'm using a variety of colours and shades and everything to make things look nice. It's a great way of adding texture to clothing, etc. So there you go. That is spray paint quick tips. I hope that has explained things for you. If you are trying to paint and everything is greyed out, it means you are not scoped in. If you're trying to spray paint and you can hear the spray paint, but nothing is happening, you're either not scoped into the part you think you are, or you have a coat or a colour that's over the top of what you're trying to paint. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope that was useful, and I'll catch you in your dreams.